Next, I'm here today to share another Costco haul with you guys. It's been a while since I've done a grocery haul, so I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys what we got. All right, so with pantry things, we got some organic flour, some pull-ups. These are 20, so 60 pounds of flour, and these are maybe 8 or 10 pounds of sugar. And we got 4 of these. 10 pounds, so 40 pounds of sugar. I store this in 5-gallon buckets. Okay, let's see. We got some lemons. We got yellow potatoes. 2 bags of sweet potatoes. We got these and they're not good, so I don't know. But I'm not a fan of milk chocolate, so maybe if you like milk chocolate, you'll like this, but I did not like it, so my husband will eat them. Got some we wanted dried apricots and dried mango, but they were all sulfured, so I need to do a little more reading because typically they were only just dried mango and they didn't have the sulfur added. So anyways, we just got the prunes this time. My kids like dried fruit and nuts, so we got some sea salted cashews. We got wild blueberries and strawberries, and let's see, we got the uncooked organic tortillas. We love these. All right, we got some organic mushrooms. These baby carrots are for my parents. Celery is for my parents. Okay, let's see. We got some spinach. We will put that in the freezer. We add it to smoothies, dinners. So I'm just gonna show you how I do my spinach. Like I said, we use this for fresh eating, like in smoothies, or I'll make sauteed spinach, or we'll throw it in soups, or however else you use fresh spinach. But I just take this whole 1-pound package and I push it down and put it in a freezer gallon baggie, and I just put it in the freezer, and whenever we need it. Oh, a big thing I use it for is quiche and omelets too. And while it's frozen, I crumble it in the bag, and you don't even have to chop it, and so it's not stringy, because when it's frozen it crumbles up super easy. So I just leave this in the freezer, and then whenever we need it, I just take it out and crumble it into whatever I need it for. Smoothies, dinners, like just whatever meals, I just keep it frozen because it lasts longer, and when you cook it or blend it up frozen, it doesn't matter if it's been frozen either way if you're going to cook it or eat it raw. So we got some tomatoes. I've been loving these with feta and olive oil. We got some seedless green grapes, 2 things of blueberries, a thing of raspberries. My kids had a snack. 2 things of strawberries. I got 1 pack of chicken thighs and 1 pack of chicken breast. I got a thing of sour cream, 3 grass-fed butters. That's our favorite butter. 2 organic eggs. There is 2 dozen, so 4 dozen eggs. This will last us maybe 2 weeks, maybe. But we also have neighbors with chickens, and my parents have chickens, and we have friends who give us eggs. So we will finish our chicken coop hopefully soon, but until then, we are grateful for those who give us eggs. We got some shakes. I recently realized that the Fairlife shakes that we've been drinking have carrageenan and sucralose, I think. And I told my husband, I'm so upset. I cannot believe that I went this long. We've been drinking them. And he said, well, maybe they added it later, because I'm totally an ingredient label reader. I don't know how I would have missed that. So I switched back to my Orgain. I've been drinking this brand for probably 9 years since my first child. Well, maybe 8 years since my first child was born. And I had to be dairy free, and I drank the plant-based one. So I got this. I like their ingredients, and they taste okay. I mean, I'm not one to be like, oh, this shake tastes so good, because I drink it as a supplement to my nutrition and for obviously a lot of protein. So I don't really care if it tastes good. I just kind of chug it and move on with my life. I know some people care, but also the ones that taste really good are typically have a bunch of junk, and so that's not my jam. So anyways, got a seedless watermelon. I don't care if they have seeds, but this was what they had. If we have seeds, we usually just chew the seeds up. All right, tortilla chips. This is a first time buy for us, these beef sticks. It says to keep refrigerated after open, so I need to read a little bit more on it and see, but we've never had these, so I think I'll cut them up and do like snack plates or like on-the-go Lunchables with crackers and cheese and fruit, or dried fruit for like going to the park or things like that. 2 of our maple syrups. We use this to make chocolate milk with the raw milk we buy from the dairy. I ran out of my Azure yogurt, and we're not getting Azure for another 2 weeks. So I got 2 things of yogurt. Honestly, I probably should have gotten 4 because the ones I buy from Azure are 64 ounces and these are 48. So this might last us a week and a half, but that's okay. If we run out, we'll just deal with it. I got this. This was new to me. Dijon cowboy butter with Dijon butter and chili. We do a lot of grilling year round, but especially during the summer. So it has some flavor things that aren't my number one, but I buy it anyway. We don't use it that often, but I do like it for grilling because it makes it easy when I season a bunch of meat. I can just, you know, use seasoning blends versus creating my own every single time. So anyways, the Japanese barbecue sauce is sort of like a teriyaki sauce. It does have soy sauce, so if you avoid soy, then you wouldn't like this, but otherwise has really good ingredients, and we like this for like teriyaki chicken. So, okay, one last thing I wanted to show you are these drinking coconuts. I think these were like $10, like 9 and some change. And one of my children, well, all of my kids love coconut and coconut water, and they were very excited to try these. So they have like a little worn down section here, and it has like a straw included somewhere, and you just poke the straw through that little hole there and drink the coconut. And my sons have already, my older boys have already schemed a plan with a hammer and a chisel how they're going to get the coconut meat out. So I'm not sure if these coconuts have coconut meat. I don't know if a drinking coconut means it's got more juice, less meat. Don't know, but we're going to try these. We're all excited. So these are going to be a nap time activity and snack, and I will let you guys know how we enjoy them. Anyways, that's what we got at Costco this time. It was $499.74, which is crazy because there's not that much here as far as like bulk food. Like it's a lot of fresh produce and, you know, pantry items, which flour and sugar are relatively cheap, or they used to be. Nothing's cheap anymore. So that's it. That's what we got. Used to, I was doing once a month grocery hauls, but as our family is growing, once a month seems to be too difficult. Number one, I could barely fit, this is like 2 weeks of groceries and I didn't even get that much meat. I can barely fit this in my vehicle, and this is only about 2 weeks worth of groceries. We have meat in the freezer. We buy half a cow every 6 to 9 months, and we hunt, so we have deer meat that we process. And so, like I said, we have friends and family who supplement us with eggs. So for the most part, we're buying like staples, fruit, things we don't have, like potatoes, onions, things like that, and pantry staples, but I don't buy that every time. And I also use primarily fresh ground wheat for wheat berries for flour. So this is just a supplement. And when I bake for other families, or if I bake bread to sell, then I will use a portion of fresh milled, but not 100%. And so anyways, this is about this $500 of groceries. This will last us about 2 weeks, and we'll be back for more. So I'll share that one with you. And if you have any questions, you just leave them in the comments. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe if you like the content I share here. And I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.